Everything's got to be inclusive. That includes disabilities, gender. We've always been like that, and also playing ability. I think every coach in the club loves to see a person, or a little person especially, who can't kick a ball, because that's the challenge, is to give them that confidence to play football.
The only place where I knew in my life that being who I was remotely okay was football.
What's up, baby? Croeso to Grange Gardens in the heart of Cardiff. I'm here with my best mate in the whole world, Ernie. And thank you. Thank you for joining us for a very, very special episode of FC Cymru.
So we're going to be looking at all the great work that the FAW's been doing, and how it's making football a game for everyone in Wales.
So the strategy is called PAWB, which means everyone in Cymraeg. And if you're wondering what an EDI is, because I certainly was, Jason Webber from FAW is here to tell us all about it.
Now, the vision that we have for Welsh football is a game that was for everyone, everywhere in Wales. And the mission that we're trying to achieve is that a game and an environment where everybody is included, feels that they belong, and they're a core part of that environment. The PAWB Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Strategy is also included on the microsite at pawb.cymru.
In 2021, we've seen Cymru's national teams taking a knee against racial injustice. We've been highlighting all the great work that Show Racism the Red Card's been doing, and we're going to hear a little bit more of what they're about.
Show Racism Red Card is an anti-racism education charity. So primarily we work with schools, workplaces, delivering workshops to young people, teachers, governors, school staff, and then we also go out to workplaces and deliver our anti-racist workshop. We try and use the footballs and sport for social change, and I think it's really powerful that lots of children can connect with football and sport, so we try and use that to share our message of anti-racism. Racism isn't a sport problem, it's a societal problem, and we can see it across all the local authorities in Wales that there are issues within schools with racism, and it's our role to kind of tackle that and provide the schools and the children with an effective challenge toolkit where they can go away and they actually feel confident in challenging racism within their schools.
Often, racism is something, we'll talk about what it is, but it's something that can make us feel like we haven't got any power.
I like learning about racism and how to stop it, because I have experienced racism before. It was actually my brother who was getting called names like monkey or the N-word, but they fixed it now.
A lot of the activities we do are actually standing up, getting involved, rather than us just sitting there lecturing them over a presentation. Really doesn't work. We want to hear their opinions, we want to get them moving, and really get them engaged within the session. I think that's how you educate young people, is getting them involved, get them educated, and asking their opinions as well is really powerful. You know, we're not here to preach to them, we're here to unpick opinions and discuss true facts which they may not know previously.
The most interesting I've experienced today in the workshop must have been human dominoes.
Yeah, so that's our human domino game. So we'll be saying, I really like cats, or I really like football, and then you're looking for somebody else in the class that likes one of those, and then linking hands. And we're seeing if we can connect the whole class together with some of their likes.
I don't think it's right to be racism for like the kind of skin, nationality. I don't think it's right. And if I was to do the world again, I would definitely put racism to an end and bullying, because my mum and my family always said it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's what's on the inside.
Yeah, so we work with football clubs to share our message, but also we deliver club days. We take children out to the football clubs as well, where we can share our message, and we'll do a question and answer with some of the players and their experiences of racism, both within their team and within their lives as well. On the curriculum for September 2022 will be anti-racism and black history. And that's come from a report from Professor Charlotte Williams, where there are 51 recommendations and Welsh Government taking those all on board. They've also created a document where there's a quality action plan where it's going to be anti-racist Wales by 2030. And that's certainly something that isn't being identified by the other home nations and where Wales is leading the way. Proud to say Show Racism Red Cards research in the education setting was actually used and referenced in some of that research for the curriculum change. I think that's really powerful that Show Racism Red Card can use our charity and some of the research we've done to change policy and certainly make curriculum changes.
So, Dean, thank you for joining us. We're also, always shocked about, the lived experience of the youngster in the video. But it really does show that we need to keep talking and educating, right?
Yeah, definitely. We see it week in, week out that there's racist instances within schools. We think it's really important that, we're providing the children with an understanding of what racism is, but providing them with a challenge toolkit. Also working with teachers then to, how can they identify racism? What can they do then to report it, and then certainly tackle it with not just the perpetrator, but the victim, and then the bystanders as well, so that it's not acceptable within a school setting or society. Yeah.
And just do you feel that there's hope?
Yeah, 100%. I feel there's hope because as long as people are working together and communities are coming together, and the NGBs are coming with the community, I believe that we can build partnerships and strong relationships that we can, eradicate this from our society.
The reason I ask for hope, because I've, also a person growing up in Caerphilly, I've seen a change. I've seen now I see a hope, and obviously the FAW doing great work, and this is now the next stage, the next strategy is going forward. So I see that, and I felt it, and I've been around it. So it's very obviously very close to my heart. Great stuff, guys. Thank you for joining us. And another big introduction this year has been the Rainbow Wall. So to tell us a little bit more about the Rainbow Wall is my better host, Sarah McCreadie.
Diolch, Ernie. However, you are definitely the better half. Right. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you. So we'll start off with Karis. I love the Rainbow Wall. I think it's amazing. And can you just tell us about the reaction to it and how is it going?
Yeah, definitely. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Rainbow Wall is the LGBTQ plus supporters group for Wales, for both the men's and the women's team. We're not just made up of LGBTQ plus people, we do have allies as well as part of that, which we think is massively important. And, the response to it has been fantastic. We couldn't have asked for a better response, really. I think the main thing with the Rainbow Wall as such, with everyone here today is just getting that conversation going. Just recently we managed to get a couple of supporters in to the stadium to watch the Belgium game who haven't been at the stadium for years and years and years. We managed to get a block book in for us then to make sure that those fans and supporters felt really, really safe because they knew that they were with other people who were just like them.
I guess, Lou, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, I think at the Football versus Homophobia campaign, we want people to have a great experience from football, and that hasn't always been the case. And what's really fantastic about the Rainbow Wall and the support it's had from the FAW is that in football, we need to go that extra mile for people who've been historically excluded. It's not enough to say, oh yeah, well, everyone's welcome now, so that's all right, it's a done deal. But what the FAW are really doing in their support of the Rainbow Wall is extending an arm to LGBTQ plus fans, and that's really, really important. We've got quite a lot of ground to make up on from years of exclusion, so we need to be out there. We need to be putting ourselves out there as football. We need to reach into communities, and the Rainbow Wall is just a fantastic example of that happening right now.
Thank you so much. You guys are the coolest. I'm dead grateful for everything. And I could probably talk to you all day about it, I suppose. Now we're going to go to Swansea and we're going to meet the brilliant Colin Gill. He organises football for a group of guys who are refugees and asylum seekers, some of whom have taken the opportunity to train as referees and coaches here in Wales.
I have been playing football for all my life. Everybody loved or liked the football.
So I met this group of players about 3 months ago, socially, and because we're from the same part of the world originally, we connected through sport, particularly football. And they mentioned that there was difficulty in them trying to integrate in the local teams, and so we devised this plan to set up a club for them. So we have about 20 participants at the moment. Most of them just want to play recreationally, socially, but all of them want to play regularly and long term. In order to develop a club, we need key individuals to play an active role in how that club operates. And we need referees, we need coaches to do this because they don't have much income. We approached the FAW and they offered to support these refugee asylum seekers in training up. So they're helping these people in the community to upskill, personally and professionally develop.
I came to Wales asking for asylum. I entered the UK in January 2020. I found it very interesting because the FAW gave us the opportunity to participate, especially people like asylum seeking refugees integrating into society. And making football available to all of us as well. It's not something that maybe I'm looking for the future, but it's a good opportunity to know rules, getting involved in society, and having a better income. I am also passionate about football, so referee is a good opportunity as well to learn more about rules and everything.
I am here in January 2020 for student soccer. I love the football. I like that. Every life I play in football. For that I am here because I like the football. I understand more the rules, the football, no? Because when I play, I understand maybe 1 or 2 rules, but when you start learning the referee course, I understand more. It is very good. I like that. For that, I thank you, AW, for support this course. No? Thank you.
If FAW and local clubs are more proactive in saying, yes, come and play with us, we'd love to have you, then I think that would make a big difference. We're very friendly guys, we want to play football. Show us open arms and we'll come and enjoy the fun as much as you guys are doing.
So we have Matt and Tom. So Matt, thank you for joining us. You're involved with the program Football Welcomes Refugees. So I think the videos really shows how football can cross all cultures.
The great thing about sport, in particular football, it doesn't need language, it's easy. All you need to do is kick a ball. It breaks down every barrier in the world. Yeah. You know, sometimes we, I suppose in our sector, we look at complicated models of development, but what a simple approach, football. As I say, is that you go out, you play, you talk with people, you learn about the culture, but the very fact that we're within our community and people want to get involved, the simplicity of it is it just breaks down all barriers just with the ball, and that's the greatest thing.
I think it's very powerful, like you said, and it obviously breaks those boundaries. Tom, tell us a little bit more about Disability Sport Wales.
So Disability Sport Wales, the lead national organisation for disability sport in Wales. So we're a partner organisation of Sport Wales, and we work with around 600 organisations in Wales, including 28 national governing bodies, which FAW and the FAW Trust are one of.
Diolch, Tom. So before we carry on chatting, let's go meet the wonderful people at Wrexham Inclusion FC.
It's huge. Mental health football, disability football, social inclusion football. It's probably the biggest and growing thing in the UK at the moment. When we started as Wrexham Inclusion, inclusion was a not known word. Everyone's popping up as an inclusion club, and that's great. There's grassroots for people, there's semi-pro, there's a level for everyone, and that's what we reiterate here really, that whether it's a 5-year-old struggling with autism, whether it's somebody with dyspraxia, dyslexia, somebody from a homeless background, substance misuse, criminal justice, you name it, we support it.
It's amazing seeing new players, meeting them.
I like football and I'm very good at it.
I'm confident enough to play against different and new players.
I'm good in all positions, including goalkeeper.
There's a huge change in him. He's more confident, he loves the new friends that he's made, absolutely loves the coaches, can't wait for a Wednesday because it's only for 45 minutes. Joshua would do it for 4 hours if he could. He absolutely loves it, hates it when it ends because he has to wait for another week to come round, but no, absolutely loves it here.
So physically, we've seen a hell of a change. You know, his abilities, the way he's running around, the way he's playing with the team. I think his teamwork's developed a lot now. He's learnt a lot of things about working as a team and working with other people. He's learnt a lot about space, believe it or not. I know it's probably a funny thing to say, but he's now able to kind of read the game and kind of follow the game and look where the ball's going. So I think he's more spatially aware in terms of what he's done. Obviously on the back of that, confidence, the idea that you're playing with other people and confidence. No, he's come on leaps and bounds. I mean, if you ask the coaches, he's unrecognisable from 18 months ago.
I think the coaches are amazing with the children, with all of them. Obviously they've all got different needs and they manage each and every one perfectly.
When you look at the club, there's a lot of coaches, and there's a lot of coaches because they focus on the individuals. And what they then do is they bring the best out of the individuals, but you can't get away from, it's termed inclusion. Everybody gets a game. Not everybody stands there, everybody actually plays, everybody gets a game. So I think the coaches do well. They make sure everybody gets a game and they make sure everybody plays to their abilities.
No child, whether they've got a disability or not, should be left out, basically, of playing something that they absolutely love. Without this, children with disabilities wouldn't have anywhere to go.
Football's great, but it's the peer support, it's the mentoring, it's the family support that we offer that I think keeps bringing people back. Every grassroots club has the ability to do what we do. We try to be an open-armed family because this could be a place, even if it's for 1 hour a week, which is what all our sessions are, even if it's for 1 hour a week, we want people to be happy, we want people to be content and somewhere where they feel comfortable and call home.
I loved hearing all the stories, so it just shows that it's not just the youngsters that benefit from the inclusive clubs.
Yeah, Rob, I totally agree. I think the best thing about inclusive delivery or inclusive sport is it's better for everyone. I don't think anyone would ever say that an inclusive session makes it worse for everyone. So I think it's that wider benefit is definitely there. I think whether your child has a disability or not, you want that safe space where they can get that confidence, that skill development stuff. And it was clear that that is what those participants were getting from that video.
Yeah, for sure. And it would be great to see more of that as well, more inclusivity. So if there's like clubs watching at home, how could you advise them going about making their clubs more inclusive?
Yeah, as Disability Sport Wales, we have an in-sport club programme that clubs can, it's a framework that clubs can follow to develop what's a massive benefit if you're a football club and you're accredited to the FAW is it's mapped to the accreditation programme. So we have over 30 clubs doing that programme already. So there's plenty of opportunities across Wales.
Diolch to Tom and Matt there and everyone else in the audience today for joining us. You can find out more about PAWB on your details on your screen right now.
FC Cymru will be back at Christmas time for a special show for a year like no other. Take care and we'll see you soon.
Love you, bye.
Love you too.